Hi there. So myself and my little one decided to do our very first video, which we decided that we're going to do a length check video. Now, before we go there, I'm going to show you an old hairstyle. It's really not that old. It's only 2 days old, but she does not tend to keep hairstyles long because she's so rough. I did a coiled bang in the front, and I did a ponytail, and then I coiled out the ends of the ponytail. I try not to leave hair out so her hair won't be dry and break and that type of stuff. I also wanted to point out around her hairline, you can see, if I can get that to focus in fairly decent, it is rather short here along the perimeter of her hairline. For whatever reason, when she was an infant, she had a really high hairline, and I just assumed that it was going to stay really high. But when she turned around 10 months old, it all grew in. So it went from being an inch above her ear to growing down to her ear. So all that hair around her perimeter is quite a bit shorter than everything else. And I just let it be. I really don't try to force it into ponytails or smooth it down. Once I comb things out and here, baby. Once I comb things out and put it in a style, if it falls out of the style, it just falls out of the style. I don't try to slick it back or do edges or nothing like that. I just leave it be. Because we've been having really good success with what I've been doing so far. And so I'm just real simplistic. I'm going to ask you to excuse us. She is very vocal and she fidgets a lot. She does not like being restrained at all whatsoever. But here is an old style. I'm going to shampoo it and comb it out off camera, and then we'll get to doing the length check. We'll be right back. Can you say hi, Zaya?
Hi, Luna.
Say hi.
Hi, Mama.
Okay, so we are back, and this is what Zaya's hair looks like, freshly co-washed. We only used the conditioner and ran our fingers through the hair and rinsed it out. We had washed and shampooed 2 days prior, so I decided to omit that part this time around. Right here, we're using the sunflower oil, which gives our hair a very nice sheen. That spray is a Cantu Kids leave-in conditioner. We also use that quite often. It makes it very manageable to comb through the hair once you are ready. I really like using that comb as well. It tends to glide through all the strands. I normally don't get too many knots and tangles while using that comb. If you have her textured hair or even some hair that may be a little coarser, it may work very well. On my hair, I do not like how that comb operates on my hair, so I don't use it. I use a wider tooth comb on my hair, but overall, I do enjoy using it on her. Normally when I do her hair, we get very little shedding, to none sometimes. So please be very careful and mindful when you are combing through, whether it's your hair or your baby's hair, to start from the end and kind of go and work your way up to the scalp. So that's very important because you definitely don't want to yank the strands from the roots. Okay, so we are getting into the length check itself. I do want to remind you guys that she is 21 months old, and we've had a really nice, healthy hair journey since she was born. We had no thinning or balding at all at any point in time. The hair grew in pretty good all around. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, she had a high hairline around the perimeter, and that grew in around the time she was 10 months. So back to the video. In the back, you saw that was 8 inches, which is pretty good for 21 months. Now we're measuring the left side, and the left side, if I'm not mistaken, measured in at 9 inches. The right side also measured in at the same 9 inches, so it's fairly even on both sides, give or take, you know, around the perimeter, maybe a little shorter on one side than the other, but for the most part, fairly even. And there you go, another 9 inches. I'm trying to work as quickly as possible because she fidgets like crazy. It's really hard to contain her because she does not like to be seated for long at all. So now we're measuring the front, and the front measured in at 8.5 inches. So the crown area was really close to 9. We measured in at 8 3/4 inches. I've never used any heat on her hair ever since she's been born. I do want to mention that I am a hairstylist, so maybe that could be a reason her hair did pretty good her whole journey, or maybe it could be genetics. It's really hard to say, but since I am knowledgeable and I do hair for a living, I can definitely give viewers tips and tricks on how to maintain hair. At one point in time, a couple years back, I went natural myself, and I was able to grow my hair down to my beyond my waist. I was like 3 inches above my butt. So I'm really knowledgeable on how to get hair like that. So I want to really see how far we can take her journey. And if I can get it as long as I did mine at some point in time. But normally, once we shampoo her hair, I normally just comb it out. I oil the hair itself, and then I put it up